Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the boy group Lucent, I think that's how you say their name, that basically disappeared after their debut. I haven't really talked about boy groups on here, which I'm very sorry about that. So huge thanks to Gloomy June for suggesting this group, as I had no clue who they were before this. I will apologize in advance as this group is not super well known and therefore there isn't a lot of information about them that is official, like from their account or whatever. I had to contact multiple fans on Twitter, and I even tried to contact the members and the company as well without much luck. And I also want to apologize if my voice sounds a little off. I've been sick, so please bear with me. But enough of that, let me introduce you to Lucent. Lucent was a 7-member boy group under Noka Entertainment. The group debuted on September 18th, 2018 with their first mini album, The Big Dipper. The 7 members of Lucent were Jiho, Hiro, or in Korean it's Jong-ung, Yusong, Kogun, Parka, Taejun, and Bao. They promoted their debut album with the title track Your Difference. They performed on multiple music shows and they had multiple schedules throughout the 2 months that they promoted. They even won the Rookie of the Year award at the 26th Korean Culture Entertainment Awards. After a fairly successful debut, the group's fans were eager to see more from the rookies. But the group never got to have their first comeback and they practically disappeared. So what on earth happened? Before we can take a look at what happened after they debut and where they are now, how about we look back at before Lucent was even formed and go over the timeline that way. Some of the boys were parts of other K-pop groups or lineups before joining Lucent. Jihoo was supposed to be a part of the group Trophy but left before their official debut, and he was also in a busking group. Yusong was also in the group Trophy under the name U1. Bao was supposed to be a member of the group called LC9 but didn't end up making the group lineup. Kogun was a part of the group Cest. Parka was both in Produce 101 Season 2 and Mix 9, and he was also in a group called Nobility, which was a group that Monsta X's IM was supposed to debut in. And Taejun was also a trainee under DSP Media. From what I can tell, Lucent started their journey in 2017 when they posted a member profile on Twitter with 7 trainees from Noga. The original members of Lucent were Yusong, Jihoo, Bao, Hiro, Shi-in, Jungchan, and Kogun. They seemed to be recording stuff back in 2017, possibly getting ready for a debut, and there was videos of the boys talking about how the fans wouldn't have to wait long until they would have a debut. However, they announced that they would be having schedules in India instead, where they performed at multiple places. They even had a showcase and concert in Japan that same year. After what seemed like a pretty huge time jump and the group went kind of silent on social media for months, in August of 2018, the company announced that the group would be debuting in September, and the group had an official logo now. Somewhere between the time though they were promoting in different countries and debuting, there were lineup changes within the group. Jungchan actually later debuted in Spectrum. Sadly, that group has disbanded since then. So as I said earlier, the new lineup of the members was Hiro, Yusong, Bao, Jihoo, Kogun, Taejun, and Parka. After their promotions with their debut album, they announced that they would be holding concerts in India and Japan. They had a loyal but small fan base, and not just in Korea but in other places all over the world. They were the opening act for Momoland in their show in Dubai in January of 2019. The group would post frequently and celebrating members' birthdays on Instagram and Twitter. They then celebrated their 200 days debut anniversary in early April 2019. Then in May of 2019, Lucent announced that they would be going on a tour in Europe with stops in London, Italy, Germany, Poland, Hungary, Finland, and Bulgaria. They also announced multiple concert dates in Japan, but then the first stop in their Europe tour was postponed. Then it was announced that the whole tour had been cancelled. Kinetic Vibe, the company that was hosting the concert, posted a statement explaining why this was happening. They said it themselves best in the post, so I'm gonna just read the most important of the statement. Quote, "We did try in any possible way to find a solution to keep this tour alive, but at this point, it's not possible anymore. We've been promised 2 comebacks, and 1 month before the tour beginning, not even one has happened. Despite all the difficulties that came with the situation, we were willing to carry out the tour. We tried to keep going and we suggested different options and compromises that the management refused, preferring to postpone the tour date to be decided in 2020. We don't know if this tour will take place in 2020, but if it will happen, it won't be managed by our company after this first experience." End quote. Noga did not make any kind of statement from what I can tell. They didn't even post about the concert cancellation on their Twitter. This was basically the last time we heard from Lucente as a group, but that's not it. It was suddenly announced that two members, Parka and Kokun, would be joining G-Egg. To be honest with you, I was very confused what on earth that was, and I still am not 100% sure, but I'll try to explain from the information I've both gathered online and from other fans. G-Egg, short for Global Egg, is a global idol development project to aim to debut a joint Korean and Japanese boy group under the supervision of Jung Hak, who was a member of the Korean group Supernova. The group of trainees were mixes of backup dancers, both K-pop and J-pop idols, actors, and former trainees from companies like Big Hit and so on. The contestants were divided into 4 teams, and each team released a song, and at the end of the competition, 12 members were picked as the lineup of the group Nick. However, one of the members, Hido, also known from the group BIG, decided to leave the group due to personal reasons, and now there were 11 members. Both Lucente's Kogun and Parka made the final lineup. The final lineup was announced in August 2020, but they haven't been an official debut from what I can tell, even though they have said they were debuting soon. Huge thank you to Angela or Park Holly on Twitter for helping with this part and explaining to me a little better what G-Egg and Nick is. The last time there was an update on Lucente was in mid-2020 when they posted about an online fan meet for their Japanese fans. In the photo there was only 6 members, which made me confused. But apparently one of the members, Yusong, had enlisted into the military. No announcement, no explanation or anything. From what I can tell, he has returned now from the military though. Then Noga posted that Bao and Taejin were going to be appearing on a program called Burn It Up, which from what I can gather is a digital survival show. It was said that it would start in June 2020, but I can't seem to find out what happened or whatever came of that. Lucente's group social media hasn't been updated since July of 2020. As I said earlier, the group's socials like Twitter and Instagram haven't been updated in over 6 months. However, some of the members have been posting on their personal Instagrams, but from what I can tell, it's just them living their daily life. The group's album were taken out of print a while back. The album isn't even available on Spotify or Apple Music, even though the fans have begged and begged for months. The title track is only available because it was uploaded in a compilation album by a fan. The music video for the title track has also been privated along with some other videos on their channel. Some people are saying that it was because the company had to change distributors, so they had to take some stuff down, but I'm not sure why months later they haven't re-uploaded again, and I don't understand why they took some stuff down and not other things. Fans themselves have had to re-upload the video. As I said earlier in the intro, I reached out to multiple people for help for this video to get more info on Lucente and what is going on with them as a group. Isa, or Daving Minhyun on Twitter, gave me very interesting information. I myself cannot confirm that all this information is true, but from what I can tell, multiple people on Twitter are talking about this. First thing is that apparently the members' contracts are about to end in March of 2021. This is what Isa said about this. Quote, "About the live. I don't know fluent Korean, so I contacted a Korean Lucente fan the day of the live. She had also watched and screen recorded that same Insta live, and she started translating it for me. We spoke on Instagram back in 2020, so I really can't recall her Insta handle right now, but I remember many fans were asking things like, when are you having a comeback, etc. And they wouldn't reply to anyone, despite not having many viewers or comments in the live anyway. He was having a jointly live with Jihoo, if I recall correctly, and Jihoo said some passive-aggressive comments towards the company, Noga, and that Moonsung was like, don't mention it, our contract expires in March. So the K-fans and I came to speculate that the members and the company weren't exactly on good terms." End quote. Then we spoke about how we tried to contact the members, the company, and the CEO. As I said earlier as well, I myself did try to contact the members and the CEO, but I did not get a reply. However, Isa said this, quote, "I personally have never tried to contact the members themselves, but I have messaged the official Noga Entertainment Instagram and it was left on read. And I also contacted Noga's CEO in 2019. The man actually replied, Lucente is preparing for a second album and their VLive channel will be opened. But here we are in 2021, and that was a blatant lie as we can see." End quote. So if we assume that the group has been active since 2017, maybe before that even, it isn't that wild to think that their contracts are expiring, as most idols will either sign a 5-year or 7-year contract. Of course, we can't tell for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. This group has been screwed over again and again. They had a fan base, a loyal one from pre-debut, so why on earth does this company decide to basically do everything but promote Lucente with a comeback? Noga somehow and for whatever reason also ruined Lucente's tour, as Kinetic Vibe's statement revealed that Noga had been acting strangely behind the scenes. I believe that Lucente is gonna disband sadly, but that doesn't mean that they don't deserve justice for the way they were treated. Fans still to this day call out Noga and beg for information. Most fans just want a statement with some kind of information, which is very understandable. They even started a hashtag on Twitter to call out Noga, and they asked other K-pop fandoms to help, but despite this, Noga stayed silent. I wouldn't be surprised if Noga never gave out a statement and the group just silently disbanded. If the rumors of their contracts ending are true, I guess we'll see very soon. I feel very sorry for this group, and even though they might be disbanding, I'm still very worried about them because they have not been treated very well, especially since they've been in this industry for very long. But Noga just kept screwing them over and wasting their time, and they were wasting their time in a company that didn't care about them. They certainly deserve justice, and so does any other group that is treated this way by their company. But that's gonna be it for this video. I tried to put as much information as I could, even though it was very hard. So huge thanks to the people that helped me and gave me so much information on Lucente and all the things that's going on behind the scenes. If you have any more information on Lucente, you can leave it in the comments and we can talk about it. Also, did you know Lucente before this video? And if so, did you like their debut? But that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye bye. Why?